My name's Kris Krohn, and today we're going to be talking about how do you invest $1 million in real estate. You know, you might have different denominations of money, and reality is at the end of the day, some choices are going to be better than others. In the game of real estate, what sector should you be involved in? What should you be interested in? And if you wanted to invest $1 million, I'll take my $1 billion worth of real estate experience and share with you exactly what I would do. Coming up next.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
So one of my friends sold their business for over $1 billion. And as I've been hanging out with them and asking, okay, so tell me what you're doing with your life, what's important to you right now? And now that they've made the money, they're really trying to refocus their life on priorities, what's important to them. And a big part what they're trying to do in their family office is figure out, how do we invest our money? How do we make financial choices that honor the money that we have? And how do we spread it out so that overall we can get our money flowing back and producing returns on it so that we can continue to expand that? Today's video is about how to invest $1 million in real estate. You could add a zero on that and make it 10 million, add 2 digits on it and make it $100 million. Either way, the principle is the same. And today I'm going to share with you, based on the $1 billion worth of real estate that I've transacted, spread over 4,000 different transactions, what I've learned about real estate and how I would grow that money as safely but aggressively as possible. Check it out. One of the things that I've done is, over the years, is I've kept track of records of everything that I've done. This document right here, it's called Crone Consortium, Bringing Institutional Structure and Scale to Single-Family Rental Housing Sector. You need to understand that single-family real estate that I specialize in is becoming, over the next decade, a much bigger sector. Currently, 70% of all people own their house. That number is going to drop to 56%. Gen Z, millennials, they want different things than prior generations. Ownership is not the focus. And so this is only going to become a more popular sector. On the last 2,000 deals that I've done and everything documented that's in here, I want to share with you what I've learned and what we're seeing and really what's possible. If you had $1 million and you were looking for the best way to invest that in the single family sector, my average purchase price is a $143,000 house spread over the best markets nationwide. And you could essentially take that money and purchase right around 7 homes. Now, the cash on cash is going to produce on average around 7 to 10% annual ROI, but overall growth that we've seen on the last 2,000 homes, total ROI is averaging over 25%. In Florida, I've seen this number over 30% in some of my cash flow markets. It can be in the low 20s, but 25% is a pretty safe average. What that means with the law of 72, rule of 72, is that you can essentially have your money doubling every 3 years. But by the time you take selling costs and realtor costs and things like that into account, the goal is pretty simple. The goal is to double the portfolio, double the asset every 5 years. So if there was $1 million to invest, the goal in 5 years is to turn that into $2 million. And by year 10, to turn that into $4 million, and so on and on and on. At the end of the day, this is something that I do with individuals, but I've built an entire team that does this for people. I've got a team of 200 experts. They put in an average of 342 hours per house. And if I had $1 million, that would be one of the best ways to go. Here's the great thing about it, is the tax benefits. When you get to amortize, when you get to write off the depreciation, the interest, you can build for yourself a significant tax pit while still actually posting a profit. So that's one of the goals of the way that we do real estate here, and something that's actually really exciting. I've got a playlist that teaches people all about partnering. It's the videos that I put together because I'll have people that will watch this channel and say, hey, Kris, I want to partner with you. I want you to do all the work. What does that look like? How do we actually maximize the money and the growth? And if you want to learn more about how partnering works, there will be a video that pops up over here. Click the link and have the opportunity to actually watch this series, because it's very instructional and informative of exactly how do we go into these markets. A lot of people, when they get $1 million, what's the number one mistake that they make? They throw their money in a REIT. And for those of you who don't know, a REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. And here's the problem with the REIT. The REIT is your money is combined with a bunch of other people's money, and you lose in efficiency. Often these REITs at the end of the day are paying out 7, 8, 9, maybe 10% total, when I'm earning 20 or 25% and then growing and multiplying the portfolio, and I leave my partners with control. The big difference at the end of the day is just, it's a philosophy difference. Do you want to maintain control of the asset? And if you want to know how to grow your assets and maintain control of them, then I want you to click that link. That video is really going to walk you through. It's going to show you how to do that. And I think that's the best way to invest $1 million.